Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
Welcome, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the wonderful, the stupendous, the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show. I am one half of your host, Niall.
And I am 3/4 of your host, Nolan.
Yep. The ghost host. And we're going to be reviewing The Mule.
Reviewing the Mew.
Which is not the 2013 Spanish film La Mula, or the 2014 movie starring Hugo Weaving, The Mule, but in fact the 2018 movie directed by and starring Clint Eastwood. Oh man, I've never had that hard a time doing an intro. Whew. But we got through it with perseverance. And so we're going to be doing a normal thing where we do a spoiler-free review. Not that there's a whole lot to spoil in this movie. It's, pretty, what's going to happen pretty well. And then we'll give you a spoiler warning, get more in depth into it. But yeah, so this was there was not enough Clint Eastwood groans that he does.
His lip was in that shape the whole movie, but I didn't hear any like.
But his lip was in that shape like he was like constantly perplexed by what he was looking at.
Which is usually people younger than him.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I liked this movie, but I like seeing that Clint Eastwood's still alive and still doing movies, but I really hate seeing how like old and frail he looks.
Yeah. He does, but
Clint Eastwood is a treasure. And a hell of a swimmer.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if you can still do that anymore.
He was a swimming instructor in the army, by the way. Was it the army?
Yeah, it was the army.
In the army, by the way. That's why they mentioned that. But yeah, so Clint Eastwood plays a guy who's Vietnam veteran, so
Korean War
veteran. You're right. Yeah, Korean War veteran. So he's in his 90s. The character's in his 90s, and his family hates him because for years he put work ahead of family, and now he's trying to be there for them, and he winds up running drugs for the Mexican cartel to make money to help support his granddaughter as kind of a way to try to make amends to his family.
This is inspired by true events.
Yep. But
it's not. I don't think you can say based off a true story. Because at the end, it says it's inspired by true events and about this guy. It doesn't even have the same name.
Is inspired by a New York Times article.
Yeah. About a 90-year-old drug mule.
Yeah, and so just about that. And Bradley Cooper and Michael Pena are DEA agents. Well, I didn't realize Michael Pena's credit is DEA agent. Did they really never give him a name in the movie?
They had to have, right?
He wasn't exactly a minor character.
He introduced himself to Bradley Cooper, and I'm sure Bradley Cooper's character called him by name at some point.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I wonder if that listing's just old before anyone knew what the character was called.
Maybe, but Michael Pena is not. He's not as major a character as Bradley Cooper, but he's not exactly a minor character.
He's in most of the scenes with Bradley Cooper.
Right. So, but anyway, you're just looking at the IMDb page here for the movie.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I would put this at, below Gran Torino, though, if you want to watch, like, a Clint Eastwood, old Clint Eastwood drama. Not an old Clint Eastwood drama. An old Clint Eastwood. Is old. Yeah, where Clint Eastwood is old. If you want to watch that, watch Gran Torino. I think it's a better movie. I did see some complaints online because there was a Facebook sponsored ad that I saw earlier, and like people in the comments were complaining about how slow the movie is, and I kind of okay with that because that's kind of what I expected going into it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, this is not, Narcos
Or Breaking Bad. It's
or,
not like it's not like
what's that one with
Tom Cruise.
No, they just released a sequel for it. With
with Benicio del Toro.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we should know the name of that, but we don't. Sicario.
Yeah, it's not that. Yes, it involves drug cartels, but it's not that story.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the movie is about Clint Eastwood working, like trying to,
Yeah, there's really no
be accepted
violence,
back
and
by
there's
his
threats
family.
of violence, but there's very little which can be called violence in the movie.
Yeah, there's only even a few guns that get fired, and one of them's a shotgun with someone skeet shooting.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty tame movie. I mentioned to you, like, I don't know, maybe halfway through the movie, I was like, this is a strangely stressful movie to watch.
Yeah, the thing is, so it's rated R, but I think it's only rated R because you expect a movie of this subject matter to be rated R.
And they put naked boobs in there just to make sure it was rated R.
Right, because if you took those out,
there's very little swearing.
There's not even all that much swearing, and I don't think it's enough swearing to push it past PG-13. And if you were so inclined,
you could easily cut out whatever it is that you needed to for that.
Yeah, this movie could easily be PG-13. But there are a couple things, like there's one scene, it's only like a shot too. It's not even like a whole scene.
Yeah.
With some naked boobs, and that could have been done without those.
Yeah, they really didn't add anything beyond
they were
being naked boobs, which I mean is enough of an ad, but
it's almost like it was there to ensure a rated R rating.
Yeah.
And this movie could have very easily been PG-13.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think people expect a movie like this to be R, so they wanted it to be R. Like, people would see a movie about a drug mule and go, it's PG-13? Well, I'm not going to bother with that. That's going to be too tame. But, there it is.
Yeah. I think this movie's going to make money, though.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in the theater.
Yeah, the theater was pretty much full, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost full when you bought the tickets.
When I bought the tickets and selected last night when I selected the seats, I got the last few together, and then there was like one empty next to me, and someone got that seat because that guy was sitting there when we came into the theater.
Yeah. I mean, this was a pretty packed theater, and we saw it. I mean, it was first thing in the morning, and we even got the early bird discount tickets.
Yeah, it was like one of the first showings of the day.
And it was full. And this movie cannot have cost that much money to make. There's no special effects. There's a few cars that they, I'm sure, rented. There's a helicopter. The helicopter's probably the most expensive part of the movie, other than maybe paying Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think this movie. Yeah,
well, Lawrence Fishburne's in this movie as well, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure this movie didn't cost very much to make.
I liked this cast, though. I really liked the cast. I mean, Bradley Cooper, Michael Pena is enough reason for me to see just about any movie.
Right. And then, I don't know, at least one other actor was Clint Eastwood's daughter, so I'm sure not that she did it for free or anything like that, but I'm
guessing she didn't demand a whole lot of money. A whole ton of money. But, it was kind of weird, like, Michael Pena He had a couple of funny lines, but I'm used to Michael Pena being like really quick-witted and a lot of ad-libbed stuff,
Yeah.
But I think I like Michael Pena's interesting to me because he can do funny stuff like that, and like he was an Ant-Man, and then he can also do more serious dramas, like he did that End of Watch.
Yeah.
There was something else that we saw him in that he was a pretty serious role, wasn't there?
Yeah, I've seen him in a lot of stuff, so... He's been popping up in a lot of movies the last several years. So, but yeah, I recommend this movie. It is like when I say slow pace, it's not boring by any means.
But yeah, just know that going into it. But
it's not an action movie,
right? Yeah. So is that about all we could say without?
Yeah, I think so.
Without spoiling. So spoiler warning. Henceforth.
Yep.
I really don't even have much to add here.
Michael Pena was pretty serious in 12 Strong, right?
Oh yeah, he was in 12 Strong, huh?
Yeah, there were a few funny lines there. So they had the two of them, Bradley Cooper and Michael Pena's characters. They're DEA agents, and they nab this guy who's a member of the cartel, and they get him to narc on the cartel, and he's all complaining like, oh, they'll kill me if they find out I talked. And Michael Pena's like, well, maybe don't hang out with drug dealers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like all of the comedy from him was pretty much like talking to this this confidential informant that they had. But yeah, like I said, I really don't have much to add to this, even in the.
Yeah,
I mean the movie is what it is. Like it's exactly what it looks like.
He gets caught in the end.
Which he knew he would going into this. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah, he gets caught, goes to prison.
Michael Pena's gonna be Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, do you know about that?
Nope. Still not enough for me to see it. But if Bradley Cooper's in it, maybe. So yeah, you have anything else to add to it?
Not really.
But Benicio del Toro's in Dora the Explorer as well. Alright, we might need to see that movie, Nolan.
Yeah, pretty basic drug cartel stuff. I will point out that like this guy is a mule. Like he goes down to Texas and then takes stuff up to Illinois. Yep. And that's his route. And he just takes whatever route he wants every time and goes through these back roads and sort of sees the area, and he's never caught. But the moment this new guy steps in controlling the cartel and forces him to go a certain route and meet deadlines, he's caught. Yeah. Because, he's predictable suddenly.
Yeah.
So let that be a lesson to you, drug mules.
Yep. Let's just go listen to Mall Ninja about taking separate routes. Told you about that, right?
Oh yeah.
Go look that up if you have the opportunity.
Yeah, you did tell me about that.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that's pretty much all we have to say about this movie. Next weekend's busy for reviews. We got Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mary Poppins Returns, Welcome to Marwen. Only 2 of those movies look like they'll be good. One looks like it'll be okay, and one looks bad. I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that. Monday, which is tomorrow as of recording, and might be today as of the video going up, is They Shall Not Grow Old. It's also on the 27th. Which is a documentary by Peter Jackson, and it looks really good. And you should go see it because it's only playing for like 2 nights this month in theater, and I'm sure it'll be on Amazon streaming or Google Play Store or what have you. In a couple weeks or a few weeks or whatever. And then the following week is Vice and Stan and Ollie, which both look really good. We're not seeing Watson and Holmes, so don't ask us to review that. I'll give you the review for it now. It's bad. Wow, it's exactly 90 minutes. They got like the minimum out of that was necessary, huh?
I think you can squeak by if it's a family film at like 87 or something like that. in order to be called a feature length.
It's a PG-13 Will Ferrell movie, so it's going to be that much worse. At least Anchorman was rated R, right? Wasn't it?
Might have been a rated R cut to it. I don't remember.
I don't remember. That's like the only Will Ferrell movie that I like. But yeah, so that's what we got coming up next. We might not see all 4 of those movies next week. That might get pushed back the following week a bit because it's Christmas weekend. You know how that goes. Anyway. So,
yeah.
if any of that sounds of interest to you, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You know the deal. And until next time, thanks for listening.
Bye.